Good day. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I will present to you my research, which is titled From FOMO to JOMO, Understanding Generation Z Preferences and Behavior Intentions in Hotels. As we know, today's travelers from Generation Z are highly shaped by the digital technology and social media, which means two opposing psychological concepts are central here. FOMO, fear of missing out, and JOMO, joy of missing out. FOMO drives young travelers to choose hotels that are trendy, popular, and Instagram-worthy, often even at the expense of comfort and value. JOMO, on the other hand, reflects the search for mindfulness, authenticity, and digital disconnection, often linked with wellness retreats or less mainstream stays. Previous studies mostly examined FOMO and JOMO separately, but this research examines them together to understand how social influence, internal conflict, and value-based behavior shape Generation Z's hotel choices. The goal of this paper is also to provide theoretical insights and practical recommendations for hoteliers. This study combines theories of consumer behavior and social psychology. FOMO, as described, is the anxiety about missing out on social activities or validation, as JOMO, in contrast, reflects the joy of embracing life as it is, with a focus on mindfulness, well-being, and authenticity. Here, the duality creates an internal conflict. So on the other side, Generation Z feels the pressure of social validation through digital platforms, and on the other hand, the desire for authentic and value-driven experiences. The research applied a quantitative cross-sectional design. The sample consisted of 400 respondents, all from Generation Z, aged between 18 and 27, each with previous hotel experience. The data collection was through an online questionnaire with 22 Likert scale items and one demographic variable, which was gender. 7 hypotheses were tested, covering FOMO, JOMO, internal conflict, social validation, and well-being. SPSS was used for testing the data, including analysis such as ANOVA, person correlation, independent samples t-test, and chi-square t-test. Now let me present the main findings. First, the sample included 400 respondents, of which 60.8 were female and 39.3 were male. This suggests that the results are slightly better in reflecting the perspective of female Generation Z travelers. For the first hypothesis, it was tested whether FOMO leads Generation Z to book trendy or popular hotels, even at the expense of comfort. Here, the ANOVA results showed a significant difference across group, which in conclusion means that the hypothesis 1 is supported. Instagram clearly fuels FOMO hotels' decisions. Hypothesis 2 examined whether Generation Z prioritizes hotels with stronger social media aesthetics. Correlation analysis confirmed here a strong relationship. As we see, R equals 0.670, P is less than 0.001, which means hypothesis 2 is supported. Instagram aesthetics matter greatly for hotel selection. Hypothesis 3 proposed that Generation Z prefers authentic and unique hotels, even if they are less trendy. The independent samples t-test showed a significant difference, meaning that it is significant, but not in the expected direction. Boutique hotels were often chosen for their aesthetic appeal and social image rather than for mindfulness or quietness. In conclusion, hypothesis 3 is not supported. Boutique stays do not always reflect JOMO. Hypothesis 4 explored whether Generation Z feels torn between social influence and personal preferences. The correlation was very strong. R is 0.742, P is less than 0.001. This confirms the hypothesis that is supported, meaning the higher Instagram importance is linked with stronger internal conflict when choosing hotels. Hypothesis 5 asked whether FOMO leads to booking in popular tourist destinations. ANOVA results showed significant difference here. Interestingly, medium peer pressure leads to the highest preference for popular hotels, even higher than the strong peer pressure. Hypothesis 5 is supported with a non-linear effect. Hypothesis 6 tested whether Generation Z hotel bookings are driven by social validation. The chi-square was significant. Chi-square equals 26.454. P is less than 0.001. This demonstrates that external opinions and peer influence strongly affect generation accommodation choices. Hypothesis 6 is supported. Lastly, hypothesis 7 examined whether JOMO preferences are tied to well-being and value alignment. Correlation analysis showed a strong, significant relationship. R equals 0.698, P is less than 0.001. The more Generation Z prioritizes well-being, the more satisfied they were with value-aligned hotel experiences. Hypothesis 7, in conclusion, is strongly supported. To conclude this presentation, both FOMO and JOMO strongly influence Generation Z hotel preferences, but in opposite ways. FOMO is linked to popularity, Instagram aesthetics, and external validation. As for JOMO, which is connected with mindfulness, well-being, and authenticity, as well as value alignment. Gen Z can be seen not as a homogeneous group. They face duality between social approval and personal values. Implication for hoteliers, it can be that they can create hotels that combine visual appeal and Instagram worthiness with authentic, mindful, and wellness-oriented experience. They can balance trend-driven demand with value-based offerings. They can provide opportunities for both digital engagement and digital disconnection. Takeaway from this presentation and paper research is that hotels can integrate FOMO appeal and JOMO depth. That integrate can be and will be more successful in attracting and satisfying Generation Z travelers. Thank you.